Hello, hello, hello. Hello, friends. How are we doing today? Thank you for being here. Hello, hello, hello. If you're watching on Periscope, hello, friends. I am running a live stream on YouTube today. So please head on over and either Google my name, Svava Brooks, or Google the name of my book, Releasing Your Authentic Self, and you will find me. But if you're watching the replay, thank you for being here. My name is Svava Brooks. I am abuse survivor coach. What does that mean? I work one-on-one with adult survivors of child abuse and trauma, and I also love to engage people in heart-to-heart conversations about healing and restoration, recovery, and self-love and self-care. So thank you for being here. If you're watching me live, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you're watching the replay, thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel free to comment or give me hearts or thumbs up or share, all that good stuff, right? Sharing is caring. So how are you doing today, guys? I'm loving those colorful hearts. Hello, Rob. How are you doing, friend? Good to see you with us today. Hey, Sue. Thanks for those beautiful flowers, Wanda. I love it. Yes. Hey, boss. Hey, friend. If you're joining us on Periscope, thank you for being here. I'm running the live chat on YouTube today. So please join us there if you'd like, or sit back and watch, right? So thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what's new and good, my friends? What's new and good? How are you guys today? It's been an interesting week, I have to say. I was navigating a few minor crises today. Do I say that? Is that a word? It's one of those, just roll with it. Just roll with, a lot of stuff is happening for a lot of people. I don't know if we're easing into 2019 or we're kind of kicking and screaming here, taking on the new year. What do you guys think? I'm warming up with my tea. My hands are cold. I'm freezing. Even though it was a good day in Portland today. Just crisis. Funny word. Yeah, exactly. And English is not my first language. And good thing I have lots of writers in my family that will usually correct me or edit me, or sometimes when we're just having a family dinner, I have to remind them, okay, you can correct me sometimes, but right now, no thanks. Hey, Brad, how are you doing, friend? Good to see you. You are feeling freaking excellent today. You stayed up all night listening to a particular kind of music, and it helped you get over the soon-to-be ex-wife. Good for you. Good for you, my friend. I am happy for you, right? It is one of those things when we are upset with other people, what does it do to our emotional well-being, right? We end up churning, right? Those frustrating feelings, painful feelings, the sad feelings, right? And sometimes it ends up hurting us more than maybe the other person. So good for you to do whatever you needed to do to lift up your mood, right? Pull yourself out of there. So good for you. Thank you, Sue. I know the teacher. And by the way, Sue, thank you for sending me a note that there was a typo on my YouTube description underneath one of the videos. I think I got one of them already, but any feedback, guys, I'm open. This is a team effort, right? I wouldn't be here without you guys. So thanks for all the help. Crisis is more. Think it's from Greek. Okay. All right. Thank you for helping me understand that, where that came from. And Brad is saying here again, doing absolutely wonderful and no longer have the need or want of attachment to her. Got it. Perfectionism rules. There you go, Sue, right? It works sometimes, but right, when it keeps us from actually getting the work done, that's when it becomes a problem. But it's good. And like I said, I have a couple of editors, all three. Well, my daughters are both good writers, and my husband, and they all edit stuff and write content and all that good stuff. So I'm in good hands. But I still make mistakes. So when you see something out there with a typo, please let me know. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Yes, please give me a thumbs up for this video. That all helps. And also, I would love it if at the end of the video, which is nice, that the live chat kind of disappears after the live stream is over. And what would be super awesome, if you guys are willing to, would be to put a word or a sentence or, your greatest takeaway below the video. So maybe other people would be curious about, wonder what the heck they are spending a whole hour talking about. So if you guys are ever inspired to help me, feel free. But thank you. Thumbs up on every video is greatly appreciated. And if it inspired or moved you, a comment below after our video live chat is over. I would greatly appreciate that. Brad says he is exactly, Sue, right? Perfectionists, even the perfectionists make mistakes. Thank goodness, right? Thank goodness. And Brad says, I'm a great at grammar, an autocorrector and speller, and I have a good penmanship, but I suck at writing papers. Do you hear yourself, my friend? Right? You have all the skills, but yet you are cheating the world from hearing your wisdom because you think you're bad at it. I'd like to challenge that thought. So just write because you want to write. Write what your heart wants to say. Awesome. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Sue. I appreciate it. Just click the X and then the thumb right now, and it doesn't interfere with viewing. Thank you. Hey, Donna, we see you. Yay, you found us. And hey there, Periscope friends. I'm running the live stream from YouTube right now, and the chat, I can't possibly navigate 2 streams of chat. That would just be too overwhelming. But I'm glad you're here watching either live or the replay. But if you want to join the chat and the lively conversation, please come find me on YouTube. Hey, Chrisanne. And you can do a search for my name or my book, and you will find us. And we would love to have you. We'd love to have you. There is Donna. You have the worst case of writer's block. Okay, guys. Brad needs some suggestions for writing. So we'll give you a challenge. Writer's block. I hear you, my friend. I usually have the best blog ideas when I'm in the shower. And I often think I need to bring a piece of paper close to I'm standing in the shower, right? Isn't that the case? We get the most brilliant ideas when our brain is relaxed. We are grounded and, connected to our body and not thinking about it, not wishing it to come, right? But sometimes other people can help. Like I actually posted today on Facebook. You guys, a few of you commented on it, and I really appreciate it. I was asking, what do you guys want to hear from me this year? What do you want me to write about? What do you want me to make videos about? I'm going to be all over your social media, and in some cases I hear on your big screen TV. I'll be relentless. I'm in your meditation now. Where else can I sneak in? Hey, Wanda's here. Wanda. Hey, Lena. Hey, Lena from Sweden. I see you here on Periscope. So glad to see your name scroll through at least. I was just saying. I'm sorry, friends. I have to say hello to my friend Lena from Sweden. Hey, friend. I am running YouTube Live and the live chat over here, but I'm so glad that you're taking a peek here. And I want to thank you for all the amazing work that you're doing in the world. She runs amazing organizations to empower women and girls. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Feel very, very honored that you're here taking a peek. All right, my friends, where were we? I look like a person who can answer one question. I am happy if you're asking Wanda, because you asked Wanda first, but I'm open to questions about healing and recovery. And today's topic is, you guys ready? We're actually digging deep today. We are talking about connecting with our hearts, which, right? My first book, I have to lean over here, my first book that I wrote, Journey to the Heart, because for me, very much the healing journey was about connecting with the heart. I survived my traumatic childhood and up here. And it wasn't until I found a way to connect with my body and find a way to connect with my heart that I was able to kind of put the puzzle pieces together, that I started to be able to live out of my new values, right? That I was worthy, that I was deserving of love and kindness, and that I could, set goals for myself and want to live wholeheartedly. So let's see here. So who is CA8620? I don't recognize. Is that Sharon? There you go, Brad. See, you're already getting great ideas for writing. Just a guy from Switzerland, the CA. Okay, there's Sharon. Okay, there you are. I wasn't sure. So I'm going to mind my own business. So, but if you have a question, my friend from Switzerland, feel free to type it in and I will answer when I can. You actually think it's a YouTube bot? Oh my goodness, I thought we were going to get away from some of the bots from Periscope. That was a little relentless, but you have a sleep problem. I'm sorry, my friend. Well, I know you're not alone. You are not alone, my friend. Exactly. There you go. Because of stress. Because of stress. Our body gets really wound up and our mind, and it's hard for your body to relax when the mind is going million miles an hour, right? He is Swiss, yes. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, that's all right. We are welcoming everybody. Everybody's welcome, right, my friends? But I'm gonna read our topic for today, but I would love to hear from the tribe. My friends, can we give our new friends some suggestions around sleeping because of stress? Any thoughts? Yep, go ahead. So I'm gonna see what our fellow members here will give you for suggestions. All right, good for you. Good for you. But on our topic today, we're on day 10 on our 365-day journey, right? Healing is an everyday task. So lead with your heart. I had no idea what that looked like or sounded like or felt like for a long time. So, but it's important that we learn how to lead from our hearts and speak from the heart and act with our heart. Right? And when we live what I call wholeheartedly, which is being courageous and being vulnerable, we have to be vulnerable to connect with our hearts. You will bring love into each moment of our journeys. And when we show up open and loving and kind, guess what? It starts to show up out here in front of you and it gets kind of mirrored back to you. So when you're connected to your heart, it's like open a door. It allows you to then give and receive love from source, from God, spirit, universe, whatever. Some of us get it from hugging trees. But you open to receive it. And when we are open to receive it, we have more of it to give. We have more of it to give. So let's see here. So my intention is I try to always connect with my heart before I speak, because I know that is where I find my truth. And like I said, I want to do my best. That's one very important value of mine, is to be a loving, connected presence, meaning present and connected to myself, so I can model that for my children, and so I can be present and really receiving, like being present to the exchange with my family, right? So so the two questions we're asking today: what prevents you from giving love to others? And we're going to talk a little bit about why, right? Of course, many of us got very hurt from those we loved and trusted. And then, and some of us were even hurt in the name of love, right? So we did not want to have anything to do with love. Because if that's what love is, no, I don't want any part of that. So what prevents us from giving love to others, and what prevents you from receiving love, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about that. And I do appreciate the group. We have a closed Facebook group where we post the page of the day, and then our group members share courageously their journal entry. So they have written here and given me permission to share with you. But if you're here with us, I would love to hear. Yes, these are deep questions. These are deep questions. Hey, Erica, friend, I see you here popping in on Periscope. Please, I hope you find us over on YouTube, if that works for you, to join our live chat there. But I'm so glad to see you pop up here, my friend. So the questions again: what prevents you from giving love, and what prevents you from receiving love? And let's see here. Sue gave me permission to share hers. She says, to be honest, I've always struggled when thinking about love. For me, growing up, love was always conditional. Can anybody relate? Right? Costly, painful, had strings attached, and later I was frequently told that I didn't know how to love, and I didn't even know what love was. And by then I was probably so confused that I didn't, right? I hear you, my friend Sue. I hear you, right? And just feeling into that for you, my friend. What a terrible thing to say to someone, right? That maybe we weren't giving love to someone else how they wanted us to give them love, or what their expectation was around love. And then so they got to judge you for, right? For trying to give something you didn't even know how to give, or being recognized that this was your best effort, right? And I know the pain and the sadness behind that. I've shared with you guys many times my kind of it's almost not like an aha moment, but it was yeah, one of those painful moments in my marriage when my husband said, it's like, you know, I can't feel your heart. I can't feel your love. And I felt very ashamed. I felt embarrassed. And so I often feel like Sue's post could very well be my post, very similar trauma, and it's so wonderful to see her growth. Thank you, Rob. Yes, Sue, right? Took all I had to give, and it wasn't enough. Exactly. And that's exactly it, right? We were giving, you know, trying to give love without ever having received it, right? Or anybody having demonstrated for us like genuine care and compassion and love, right? And so obviously we did what we thought or we saw other people do, right? And it was never enough. It was never enough. And that also comes back to us later, right? Where I can tell you, in my marriage for such a long time, I thought my husband was the reason why I didn't feel loved. Like he wasn't doing it right. And then another one of those aha moments, painful, right, in a dialogue or even an argument with my husband, where I realized, right, it's like, how can he even love me if I don't feel like I'm worthy of it? Like, how will I even know that he's giving me love if I'm not open to receiving it? If I expect to be hurt by it? And I'm like, I want that from you, but I'm also gonna fight back, or I'll claw your eyes out, right? Or if you get too close. I often talked about, it's like loving a tiger in a cage. You know, it's like, I want this because I'm told that, you know, I'm supposed to get love, and that's a part of an exchange, right? But yet, right, I didn't trust it. So that was one of those turning points where I started to really go inward deeper and to recognize that, I mean, I believe we are all here to learn about love. All of us. And that part of that is that part of love to me is acceptance of ourselves and who we are in all our differences. And I can only say that when I started to look at myself that way, I started seeing myself in all of you guys, right? In all other people and all beings. So, and then less and less was about my husband making me feel loved. It was about me trusting that I was loved and that I knew from the inside what that looked like or felt like. And the journey there very much came through this work, right? Working with, this is my inner child, this is little Svava. So working with her. Exactly, I know, it's like playing a game without the rules. You've seen it played by people. Exactly, yeah, exactly. Right? And because we are, how we're set up, our biology, we learn from what we see around us growing up, right? So if what we see is love is hurtful, right? Then we are very confused. I'm told I should want this, and deep inside there is this longing to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged. So it's so hard, right? There's so many conflicts around love. So it's something in us that longs for love. Yes, yes, exactly, right? And it was that little girl, right? My inner child who comes into the world like my birthright is to be loved and adored and to be cherished and nurtured and have someone delight in me. And when we don't get that, right, we think there's something wrong with us. I know, Rob. I hear you. I hear you. I hear you, my friend. But all I can say, my friends, keep, the self-care path, like keep like loving you, keep doing what's right and good for you, and you will know what loving you feels like. You will know what loving you and respecting you looks like, right? And then I'm telling you, you will know what it feels like. I hear you, Rob. You've shared that with us, and I'm so sorry. That is very painful, right? When someone out of the blue says they no longer love us. Thank you, Rob. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad that that helps to understand. Again, my intention here, my friends, is to again and again and again to help you see there's nothing wrong with you. There's a reason why you're here, and there's a reason why you feel the way you do, right? We just need to correct some of the information. We need to correct some of the stories, some of the beliefs, and some of the thoughts, right? To go back and set it straight. There was never anything wrong with you. It was never, ever, ever your fault, right? And again, if we look back and we look at the parents, our caregivers, did they have much love to give? Or were they frantically trying to survive, right? Exactly. Probably did nothing wrong, Rob, exactly. So let me finish up here with Sue. Thank you, Sue. She says here, so when it comes to giving love to others, at the back of my mind, there's always the thought that I don't really know how to do this, right? And the fear that my attempt to love will be misunderstood or not received or even rejected, right, Sue? So you can see that perfectionism, right? If I don't do it right, I better not do it, right? Because that happened and often enough in the past. So chances are that you may be bringing a little bit of that into this world with you now or in this present moment. But I also know you are actively choosing loving kindness towards your own inner child, your wounded self. And so you are showing her, right? Just because you didn't get love back then doesn't mean you're not worthy of it now. And I am here now, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to show up for you. I'm going to tell you all the things that you should have heard and seen and felt, right? Because you're the only one she wants that from today. She doesn't want it from anybody else out here. She only wants it from you because you are her caretaker now. She literally lives in here. She lives in your body. And so then practicing self-care and taking really good care of our bodies, right? Then she's in there, wow, she actually does love me. She's respecting this body. She's taking good care of this body. She's taking us out to go play and have fun. So I hear you, Sue. Thank you so much for sharing. And she goes on to say here, when it comes to receiving love from others, thank you, Rob. I just saw that. When it comes to receiving love from others, I have been afraid to trust, looking for consequences, afraid of being hurt. And I have found accepting unconditional love difficult and sometimes scary. It's an area where I'm slowly learning to trust both myself and others, and to actually believe that I am lovable and worthy of love. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Rob. Yes, Brad, you were here last night. He's referring to a Periscope I did a year ago when I was traveling, actually in Alaska, and we had a little heart to heart. Me and the group here, we had a little heart to heart about self-care. And for so long, I was like, I can't be this selfish, right? I'm selfish to be doing all these things to take care of myself. But now I do my best, right? I'm work in progress like anybody else, but I call it exquisite self-care, right? I call it tender, loving care. Like how I exercise my body, how I meditate to calm my mind, how I try to go out into nature to do the things that bring me joy. So it is so important when we don't know what love looks like or self-care looks like. Yes, I still have that Alaska Periscope. It's still in the replay, so if you go through history, so I'm gonna have to go rewatch that one because you guys referred to it a lot. So, but it was one of those profound moments too in terms of empowerment. Yes, exactly, my friends. Something like that, yes. Because, right? Because love isn't just, some fancy word that we throw by or we write loving something in a card. It's actually a very active, involved practice. I hear you. I hear you. It is very important, right? And that's what I wanted to tell you, Rob, is that, her not loving you has nothing to do with you, right? You are still as valuable and worthy and lovable as you ever were. Exactly. That's right, Rob. When you start to take good care of you, when you start respecting you, you show up differently in the world. Your energy is different and people see you differently. Right? People respect me because I respect me. People are kind to me now because I am kind to me. I know a lot of people on the world expect the worst from a lot of people. I go out there and leading from my heart, I expect good things. I expect people to be kind and respectful. And, right? More often than not, that's what I get back. So again, that's the empowerment. We were powerless in the past about loving and respecting and caring and even nurturing and giving warmth, right? To this body, who we were, right? But you are here now, right? And you can today declare, I'm putting myself first. I'm putting myself first, right? I'm going to tend to my needs. I'm going to take responsibility for me fully and wholeheartedly. So, and that's your birthright. And you'd be amazed how things start to shift when you recognize you don't have to sit and wait for other people to show up and do things for you. There's so much that you can generate on your own and for yourself. And also when you do that, you start to recognize the things that you like and you don't like. I love this and I don't love this. I need this, but I don't need this. And when you love and care about you, then when people come at you disrespectful, you go, wait, hold it. No, please. It gets easier to set boundaries with people because you know and you respect yourself. You honor yourself. So Thank you, Sue. I'm seeing lots of love and care and support here. Lead from your heart, and that's where you find the truth. Exactly. And I often say, are you leading from the heart or are you leading from the hurt? Are you living from the heart or are you living from the hurt? So thank you, Sue. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And yes, my friend, you are lovable and you are worthy of love. And how do you demonstrate that, right? The work that you are doing. You are showing up now for your inner child and, you know, giving her the attention, right? Spending time with her, sitting with her, holding her when she needs the love and support. You are showing her, modeling for her what that looks like. And at the same time, it's like you develop and grow into this adult, loving, kind adult that like becomes, even fiercer in being a protector for yourself. All right. Even if that negative thought was true, it's still near thought. Exactly. Yep. Good job, my friends. I'm loving the support here. I'm seeing on the chat stream. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, all right. Thank you again here, Sue. And now Chris gave me permission to share her thoughts. She says, I have no problem with giving or accepting love, and to those I know will not hurt me or reject me. As Sue says, love was always very confusing as it was tied to rape and abuse. I always thought of this. I thought if this is love, I want nothing to do with it. I can relate. She goes on to say, and managed very well for a long time under that belief. As I grow, I try to be more open to love, knowing that it can and will hurt at times. And if I don't live to my fullest and allow people to love me, then what is it really all about and for? I love that, Chrisanne. I love it, right? So much wisdom here, my friend. Because, right, it's true, right? We have to take the risk to open up our hearts, right? Because, right, we're dealing with imperfect humans. No one is perfect. But we will live through it. We will make it, even if we feel hurt, right? Even if somebody else out here now as an adult, somebody hurts you, you can still fall onto but I do know I am still worthy of love. And I want to know love. Yes. Yes, my friends. And like she says, as I grow, I try to be more open, because that's the only way we are going to know more love, is to be open to it, because it's an active thing. It isn't something we do in isolation. Love is always something that you are sharing, either within yourself, between you and source, between you and, right? It's an exchange. There's some kind of exchange flow happening. So I'm sorry, Brad. I'm sorry that you're struggling here, but I'm so glad you're here with us. I'm so glad you're here with us. Thank you, Chris Ann. Thank you for sharing. Beautiful share. Michelle shares with us. For her, it's the fear of rejection. And she says, investing in someone and then getting it thrown back in my face. fear of not being accepted for who and how I am, and then the feeling of not being worthy. I hear you, my friend. I hear you. Anybody else relate to Michelle? I know you're not alone, my friend, right? No, you're not alone. That was definitely an ongoing thing for me, trusting that I was actually worthy. That you know, like I've shared, I think it was 12 years that I was still waiting for the other shoe to fall, for my husband to leave, right? It's like, there's no way he's gonna love me. Nope, can't happen. I had a long list of things why. So exactly. You're not alone, my friend. Good. Glad you know. So thank you, Michelle. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I know you're actively working on these things, my friend. So awesome to be very clear about it, right? If we're not clear about it, we can't do something about it. You know, recognizing, where does this belief of not being worthy, where does it come from? What's the story here? What's the truth here? And then we can uncover the part of the story that still runs your life. We don't have to go dig in for all the memories, all the hurt, right? Just go find the ones that are still living out of you today as if it's the truth today, and correct that. And then you get to show up. You know, what does it look like of being worthy of love and respect? What does that look like? What would it look like for me to be receiving that? Who am I, right? And you can intend and visualize that for yourself. So beautiful work, my friend. Beautiful work. So Wanda shares with us, I don't have a problem loving others, and when I love, it's unconditionally. Yes, my friend, we know you. It is all in. I love that about you. You love fiercely, right? Love that about you. She says, however, the challenge in loving others is once that love is rejected, or my perception is that I'm being rejected, then I would walk away from the relationship. I hear you, my friend. I hear you, right? That's a tricky thing, right? Is that perception. She goes on to say, when it comes to receiving love, that is the real challenge, and that has everything to do with trust, or rather the lack of. I was confused at an early age. I felt love from my mother, my siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins. So the fact that this person was supposed to love me, but the feeling felt so different then that I thought was love, right? I think that's where I got the belief that I wasn't deserving of love. But today I know I deserve to be loved, and I'm learning to trust others slowly. Beautiful. Beautiful. No worries, Brad. No worries, my friend. Don't worry. We don't think of you that way for a minute. Don't worry, my friend. But I'm happy you put it out there. I'm happy you put it out there, and we're so glad you're here. Yep. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Rob. Thank you. So thank you, Wanda. I hear you, right? And again, you said it right there, right? Today, I know I deserve to be loved, and I'm learning to trust others slowly, right? So we deserve to be loved, and we also deserve to be loved by ourselves, right? To be loved, like, I love me. I respect me. I care about me. Hey, Elisa. Hey, friend. My daughter. I call her my friend, right? Good to see you, sweet girl. So that's it, right? We're learning slowly, right? Hey, young Svava, did you hear that, Elisa? Well, I'm telling you, friends, she very much is. When I gave birth to her, they handed her to me, and I was like, oh, shoot, I just gave birth to myself. She looked exactly like me. Not too bad, right? When my daughter shows up to listen to what I'm preaching. Thanks, Elisa. No, I'm not preaching, but oh, you're so sweet. But guys, I keep telling her how much fun we're having, so I'm not shocked that she's here. Aw, very cute. I'm so glad you're here. Will we think of you as a hippie stoner? No, 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 we don't think of you. Nothing from you, Brad, has made us think that ever. So we're just glad you are here. Exactly. Exactly. Brad is Brad. So beautiful. So thank you, Wanda, my friend. Thank you for your beautiful, courageous share. And it makes my heart sing with joy when I realize and I see the work and your commitment in loving you, right? You're committing to taking good care of Wanda, right? Your temple, this body, and this beautiful heart, this powerhouse that you are. You are just getting started, my friend, and the world needs you. And we are so blessed that you are here with us. So thank you for sharing your wisdom with us. Let's see here. Rob, Bobby, whatever we're calling you today, he goes on to say, I guess I never knew what love is. Always been really self-conscious and reject signals from women, believing they couldn't be signals and I must be mistaken, which is probably self-esteem and internal beliefs related. Yes, my friend, probably, right? Again, something good coming at you if you don't think you are worthy of it, or, right, you won't even see it, right? Or you, no, can't be, right? So again, right, where did that come from? Where in the world did that come from, right? It's not complicated. You understand, you know where that come from. But the work, the hard heart work, right, is to sit down, one lie, one negative false belief at a time, is to trace it back. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? And if inside of you is this little boy, it's like, but you know, they told us we weren't good enough. They told us that I was stupid and that I wasn't this or I wasn't that, right? And then you, hey, sweet boy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But it's not the truth, and it never was. Not the truth, and it never was. And I am here now, and I'm going to tell you, right, as often as you need to hear it, as many times as you need to hear it. I love and I adore you. You are the sweetest thing in this world, and you are so important to me. And I'm going to show up and listen and show you all the love and the care and the delight that you should have been given all those years ago. I'm so, so sorry. And I'm sorry I wasn't here sooner, but I am here now. Right, my friend? Right, my friends? So, sweet, sweet Rob, I hear you, right? And that's often the case, right? We have lived it, so we're so close to it, we don't see it, and it's been normalized. It's been normalized. right? So it's not until we see it outside of ourselves, either, right, in your, like you said, your nephew, that you recognize, wow, this is how I was treated, and it hurts to see someone treat your nephew that way. So to recognize sweet Bobby in there, the little boy who needs Rob to show up for him and show him. Exactly. Yeah, you're not alone, my friend. And that's why working with something outside of ourselves in the beginning is helpful. Like, get a picture of ourselves as a 6-year-old or 5-year-old or 8-year-old, in a picture of yourself that age that resonates. And then you can look at that and recall how that little boy felt, how that little girl felt, and let her show you. Let him show you. It isn't, makes me appreciate the insight I gained by your mental health treatment. Yes, yes, right, Rob. And you are there for him now. You are there also for your nephew, right? You can show up differently as a loving, caring, seeing, hearing adult, right? So trust me, you're making a huge difference for those little boys in your family. He also says, then I tend to overcompensate on giving love and mirror narcissistic behavior that I saw growing up. So relationships have a limit. Yes, my friend, exactly. I hear you, right? And that's how we see things play out. It's like our biology is just hardwired to repeat itself until we actively intervene, right? Because your nervous system, your habits, all of that is running on autopilot, so much as we know, right? Until we actively, okay, that did not play out. That was not helpful. This isn't a helpful, dialogue or a healthy exchange. And that's where, still to this day, I sit with my husband and sometimes I have to cry and be really, really vulnerable with him and just say, honey, this is really scary for me, or this is really hard for me, or, I'm trying to communicate with you what I'm seeing and feeling, but I see you project. And I'm afraid that you are projecting something from, your childhood onto me, and I don't feel heard. I don't feel like you really see me. You see something else. And it's, frustrating. So to really get grounded and learn to communicate from a calm nervous system, not from, fight, flight, or freeze when we feel like we expect the worst from the people closest to us. It's like, no, he's not here to hurt me. But it doesn't mean that I can have those thoughts. But it's so important that I can express it and not acknowledge where it comes from, right? That was pre-breakdown. So now with inside, I feel I have that red flag awareness. Beautiful. I haven't said it for a while, but I've earned it. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, thanks all of you guys for your beautiful, vulnerable, courageous, authentic, like, this is the real deal. What you guys are sharing from your hearts, right? This is it. It doesn't get any more real than that. And to share from our hearts like this is me. This is me. And I'm going to be loving and gentle with me. Right? And I know that you're all doing that too. And I see so much love and growth in all you're sharing here, my friends. Right? And I'm just thrilled that we have this safe place to practice. Good. Thank you, Rob. I hope you don't feel like I'm picking on you. So Rob shortly says, I'm now all cried out. I couldn't get angry if you paid me. Aw. Good, you got those tears out. Those tears are good. Those tears are good. Most of us, oh my God, I needed to cry buckets. It was good to cry. It's good to get that out. Sue says, really helps me to see how love to myself when I think how I treat a child I know and love. Exactly, right? That's right. It's like, if you were, a child sitting in front of you, how would you speak? How would you be caring for that child? So beautiful. Awesome, 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 awesome. Yes, exactly. Good question, Rob. Very good question. So, well, my friends, let me show you guys. I drew a card for us today, as always. It's a good one. It's always perfect. It always goes quite in line and along with what we are talking about. And please let me know if I did, but I don't think I missed anybody today. I think I got everybody. Please give me a heads up if I did. Nope, I think I got everybody here. But today our card, you guys ready? I'll hold it up for our friends on Periscope too. What does that mean to you? One day he realized he was much more than a survivor, right? One day she realized she was much more than a survivor, right? And that's it, my friends. That's what we're doing here, right? All the stages of healing, each of them are important, right? We can't start the healing journey until we acknowledge, thank you, awesome, Brad, until we acknowledge that we were victims, we were victimized, right? Something was done to us, we were abused, we were hurt. We cannot skip over that stage. And for some of us, if we try to skip it over, it only comes back to visit later. And then we enter the survivor stage where we're actively engaged in sorting this out, right? And then we start to focus on, now what? How do I take my wholehearted life back into the world and tend to my passions and contribution to people and life and the world, right? And that's what I see all of you guys here do. You're all teachers. You're all teachers. You already are. And I know you see that already with your beautiful sharing in our Facebook group, sharing your journal entries. You are teachers. You're healers. We heal each other through our journeys, through our lives. We don't do this alone. Nope. So thank you, friends. Thank you again for being here, for your beautiful shares. So much wisdom, so much growth. Really, really appreciate it. We have, nope, we're out of time. I was going to say if there are any other questions or comments, but I try to put underneath the video some more information about my website and other links to if you want to find me on social media. And if you want to join our closed Facebook group, there's information there. So please, again, be gentle with yourselves, my friend, for the rest of the day. I will see you again here tomorrow, same time, same place. And remember to like and share if you have friends that you think could benefit from our heart-to-heart conversation. And like I said earlier in the beginning, if you have a comment or an insight that you'd be willing to share with other people, please put it in the comment section below. All that helps to get the word out and to bring the love to more people. So with that, thank you, my friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take really good care of your hearts, my friends. I know a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, so be gentle. Awesome. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have a really, really good night. Until then, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes, this, actually, Rob, I'm gonna just, one thing at a time, hold on. Rob, I can actually turn off, I can turn the chat off. So I've actually considered that only the people are here live can see what's being shared here. So we can talk about it. I would love to hear your thoughts about that. You can put it in the Facebook group. If you prefer up or down, yes or no, I can turn it off. So no one can see the live chat after we turn end our live stream. Okay, so thank you, friends. Night, night. Awesome. Thank you, Rob. Good night, everybody. Bye.